Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Layers of Fear. So we've got this vial of blood that's the end of this chapter, I assume. We're going to put it on the painting and change the painting. I just clicked the right trigger and now the painting looks like what? The stool is really in the wrong way. Tree stump? A bloody tree stump? Or is that it? We've unlocked this, and this is just the text that we got when we picked up the vial. And so there's like 4 more chapters. It's getting really repeated. Seems like this is not filled in anymore. There's nothing you can do here. Already looked at that. Already looked at that. So at the very end of the last chapter, it says form emerges. The game is just completely black out there. The only thought I guess here is maybe I chose one level on the elevator. Yeah, at the very end of the chapter that they had a puzzle that was kind of cool as an idea, but I bet we never do it again. A time rewinding puzzle. Seems like we are back in a similar room that we were in before. It seems like passages are now getting blocked off. So, have we hit a point where what's really going to go on with the rest of the game is we're going to just take different directions and get slightly different skins on areas. Because we definitely went down that way, and I'm pretty sure we went down that way. So now, this time, last time we were here, this door was missing. So we get little flickers. Looks like little bits of movement over there. Here we have a non-double exposed image. Honestly, there's just no way for me. I have a piano that's all chained up. Seems like I'm pushing it. Or it's just moving when it's getting close to me. There's no way for me to approach this other than a video game player approach. It's about a boy who wakes up in a cave. He finds a mysterious note and a gun. The Eden journal used to various environments, woods, fields, rivers. Eventually he winds up in a small cabin, subconscious, brought upon by traumatic childhood memory. He killed a guy who had murdered his father. In the real world, he's been drilling in a linny bin the whole time. Get it? The twist is sort of gimmicky, but I think it works. Could you storyboard it for me? If you're interested, I'll send you the details right away. Frankly, I think you should take this job. It pays well and it would take your mind off, well, you know, everything else. Please let me know as soon as possible. Thomas Caldwell. Isn't Thomas Caldwell the art critic? Or was that a different Thomas? Could be multiple Thomases. Or it could have been no Thomas at all. I'm just not remembering the names because I really don't care about the story. It's odd that the door is open after in that fashion. That implies to me something that's probably not true. Here we have a incredibly dark hallway. In all honesty, there you go. We're getting some human form ghosts. We definitely needed something like that. The paintings and the moving objects are not enough. I'm still not figuring out how this thing works. It's like the left stick moves you, but the right stick interacts with objects, except for when the left stick interacts with objects. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just have very specifically programmed lighting regions and did a better job. Let's see. Creator's block. There we go. And we just did this. We just did this. So this is the exact gimmick we did in the last 30 minutes. I guess they use the phrase creator's block because he's supposed to be a painter and an artist. And there we go. We turned around and now we're through the mirror in a different room. But these paintings at the very least are not the double exposure paintings. So either they decide to stop doing that. June the 9th, don't forget. June, don't forget. So apparently that number is really, really important. And I've already forgotten it once, but the game has told us twice about the wedding date. Seems like they certainly do shadows. I guess maybe what this was and then, well, I wasn't expecting that, but that didn't even get me. Frankly, as a video game character, blowing things up is second nature. It's hard to find anything even new to say, and I'm being very all over the place. September 15th, more notes today, even worse than before. They said the sad part is I agree with every word. I don't think I've ever really heard of a painter having painter's block, because in general I think painters just would take a break and take it easier. I think it's harder to quantify a painting that needs to be done. I guess all you have to do is say, get this painting done by the show time, and don't promise to. See, and this is schizophrenia notes that we had already gotten. And now this doorway is blocked. And we're hearing slight bits of sound and tons of rain that looks like it's really on the other side of on this side of the window. And let's see. That door's unlocked, which probably means this door isn't. Alright, so we can go this way, or we can go this way. Interesting. Well, this is a different area, a different room. Can we go back? Nope. We've made our decision. So ever so slight branching past, but I have no reason in the world I would ever want to play this game a second time. It doesn't seem like we're gonna... My general idea here is to stay in the light. But still pick up things and admit that I have a problem. Like, it feels like there's definitely some items you could just not look at and not pick up to deny that the character, assuming he is the character I think he is, has a drinking problem, has schizophrenia, is terribly burdened and disordered by some kind of accident that he or may have may not caused himself. And here we have a telephone ringing. So if we see an actual telephone, Dear sir, if I am to be honest, I cannot say the letter was unexpected. Numerous colleagues have informed me that you have previously sought their advice in the matter, and while perfectly understandable for a patient to demand a second opinion, I think 16 concurring opinions would be enough. Still, out of respect for you and your wife, I have examined the case thoroughly and I have concluded with my colleagues. Involuntary muscle spasms are not uncommon with patients who have suffered burns as severe as your wife did. What you refer to as freakish grin or unnerving yelp, although many find such expressions hurtful, could indeed be a manifestation of nerve damage. The other symptoms you mentioned do not seem to be psychological, but rather purely psychological in nature. Traumatic events, physiological, but rather possibly psychological. Traumatic events can lead to severe stress, and that is nothing to be ashamed of. As to your demand that we fix your wife, we have to understand that what she went through cannot be undone with one simple procedure. It is a long, arduous process that will require all your strength and support. Feel free to contact me or my colleagues should you wish to discuss a long-term rehabilitation program. Sincerely, Robert Richards, MD. Another effing quack is written in his handwriting. So yeah, it's questionable whether he thinks, the husband thinks that the Interesting. It's playing backwards now. The ring, I believe, is playing backwards. See, this may be straight out of PT, the section in PT where you're running through this continuous hallway. So this is in a time frame where phones exist. But it seems like it's going to take us a few spins around. This is the same note. And so how many times should I go through this? Alright, let's go the other way. Now it sounds like the audio's playing, right? Okay.
Yes, speak.
Hmm. Well, we're making some progress here.
Yes, speak.
And see, if this is the entirety of this chapter, I'm fine with that. Like, these chapters do need to speed up. A little bit of a weird turn of events there. I don't know if I maybe screwed it up somehow. Well, nope. The thing about PT though was it was also Restless Memories it was also kind of frustrating. Like it was intriguing certainly to play, but had it been alright, well, here. Do we want to run from our ghosts? Nope. Can't do that. There definitely is a desire. Let's see, it's red or I guess red thoughts. And look, everything is upside down on the roof. And I can't reach that door, so there we go. The lights fix things. So there definitely is a connotation here of lights setting the world back the way it's supposed to be, and this playing some role of being a gameplay mechanic of sorts, to or there's being a story that's trying to imply that people are just the main character is dreaming up things in the dark. Which kind of points out how ridiculous games like Alone in the Dark as a name for a game is, because it has nothing to do. Flapping horror, be quiet, eating other rats. Constantly flapping. Because Alone in the Dark rarely wore you alone nor in the dark. Well, I tried the light switch. And so we can see something flapping in the wind. Maybe I needed the lights on. Or maybe I need the lights off. And you can see he's kind of hobbling, so I guess this is the guy with the legs. With the prosthetic leg. Hope is the mind killer. Alright. And before we went up, and it doesn't seem like these other switches work, so let's just always go up. I guess we don't go up. Guess we're going down. So I probably didn't have a choice previously. I'm honestly don't think I have much of a choice anywhere. It could have been that one area where it diverged for a second could have just been a collectibles room. We have seen things like that before. Let's see. No. Enjoy hope while you can. Abandon hope while you can. In any case, as your lawyer, I advise you to refrain from any imprudent actions. In other words, don't do anything stupid. We still have a chance of winning this, believe it or not. I've got clients out of deeper poop than this. Just don't make it any worse. Lay low for a while and let me appeal the court orders. Their social worker definitely has it in for you. We can use that to our advantage. Portray you as a victim of the system, a husband in mourning, a momentary lapse of reason, and overzealous bureaucracy. Trust me, this is the best option. Considering what you've been through lately, I'd say there's a good 50-50 chance of a good outcome. But not if you keep trying to convince everyone that you've gone completely insane. No more outbursts, no more rambling. Better yet, no public appearances whatsoever. You can still get your daughter. So, in other words, after the mother died, for some reason, the daughter's, his custody of the daughter came in question. So we're getting more of the story, I suppose. We're getting a little bit less of the house shifting so much too, which I guess is fine. That had been played out. Earlier than when they stopped doing that. So and I just don't care about these rats. They would have to basically jump on my face for me to give any concern about it at all. Well, this is the first instance of any water running. We've seen it in quite a while. So I guess I remembered that mechanic. This looks like I'm not gonna fall through the floor. I guess I can't do that trick again also. Like, as they play every shenanigan and every trick, I guess they exhaust themselves. They can't do it anymore. So this door is unlocked. This can be moved. And so this can go that way, or this just goes in the bathroom. And so we're getting tiny little collectibles. Let's see. Silent flows, they clog the drains. Fur in the water, no bass for me. So, which one was it that wasn't working? The hot water or the cold water? See, this mirror is only half working in silhouette. And we can't pull the chain to turn that light on and off. Yeah, so the one on the right is the one that's not working, which I would assume is the cold water. So, since I was thinking this was a British house, I'm thinking that there's a water reservoir tank with something in it. But that's really obscure if everybody is supposed to be picking up on that. Like, most people in the United States would not know about that at all. Door locked. Feels like I should get punished for turning off some light switches when the lights are on. Feels like I should get rewarded for turning on light switches when they are off. Like, this should be some kind of switch thing here, but like clearly there is some lighting that changes, but I don't see what light bulb it is. It seems like this candle just gets dimmer because it's not that light bulb over there, it's not this light bulb over here. Like, seems like this is a half-filled concept of a... Well, here's something. So there's a room that was locked. Feels like I should get in here. Body bars feeding on me, driving me insane, too fast to cut out. Body burrs. Yeah. Alright, so man, that is opening incredibly slow. Alright, so let's go back. So how many locked doors have I seen at this point that may have just had this? This is just like the exact same pantry as the kitchen. Doesn't seem like there's anything here. So when this is locked, now they've introduced the idea that any door that's locked might actually have a latch on it. And doesn't seem any different with the light on or light off, at least at that point. Now this one doesn't seem to have a latch on it. And you can just see the light from the other side of the room leaking through. What was the point of all that? What was the point? Okay, so we could go that route. We can't go that way. We can't go that way. This is like classic horror nightmare sequence from a TV show from like the 40s or 50s. So we see a little bit of blood. The walls are all twisting. This is cool. This should have been several hours ago. Ever. And everything's twisted that way too. I feel like I've already solved one puzzle. So unless the puzzles are going to get to the point where these sections get more difficult and longer, which I kind of don't want them to. I want them to get shorter and just sweeter. Like, yeah. We're back in the basement. Basement is now lit up a little bit better. And it's been another 30 minutes. Man, maybe I am taking forever here. This is one of those instances where howlongtobeat.com could be really, really off compared to how long it takes me to play a game compared to other people. I've been trying to squeeze every little bit of content out of this game. Clearly, I doubt that I've found every single collectible and done every single thing. In fact, I know I haven't because we missed at least one room. But it would be actually kind of weird too if people just ran through this game and didn't at least try to have an experience with it. That's one of the big differences between interactive horror and non-interactive horror, like watching a movie or listening to an audio recording. Books you could always put down, certainly, so there is a level of interaction where you can stop that. And I guess if you're watching a DVD of a horror movie, you could pause it in a similar way, but you in no other medium have to be an active participant who goes forward. And in this case, in this game, I have to walk forward. I have to open the doors, and so I'm inflicting the fear upon myself, if there is any fear to actually inflict, which frankly there really isn't. Well, I guess we'll just wrap it up there. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me, friend me on Steam, gift me a game. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.